Hi, Dad. Welcome back to another episode of Dave and Andy's Honest About Life. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir.
Good. Good to hear. Okay, so here's another big question. I think we only have about 7 minutes or so for you to answer this question, but and I don't think I've ever asked you this before. But when you really think hard about your life, Dad, what would you like to be remembered for?
Oh, wow. Um, a good dad, a good grandpa, and somebody that was an honest person.
Do you do you have someone in mind when you're thinking about the answer to that question? Do you have um, family, friends around you that you're thinking about that to you would like for them to think that way about you? Do you have someone in mind, or just in general, do you feel that way?
I think just in general, my dad brings out those wishes in me because I saw him as a very strong man and very honest, very honest. I mean, to a fault. Um, and he worked hard. He worked very hard to make sure that we had a good life. And you know, I guess I would like my kids to feel that way about me.
What is it, Dad, you think that allows someone like your dad to have been so honest about everything, about what he thinks about things, how he's experiencing things, uh, how he feels about certain things. Can you can you pinpoint what it is that would allow him to be so honest?
This may sound too simple, but it was his faith. He had very strong faith in his God. And I think the fact that being honest helped him in life get good jobs, good employment. I mean, because he was honest. And I think it just got him some very good positions. And he was, an accountant. So he was dealing with other people's money all the time. And he was so honest that people had no fears in letting him work for them.
Do you think that he felt he was being judged? And I don't mean in a negative way. I don't mean harshly. I mean, do you think in general, day to day, that he felt like I need to be honest because I will be judged by his peers or by his God?
I think judgment is a big thing that drives a lot of people. Uh, your fear of being judged, maybe incorrectly. So that may have been a big part of it, and by his God. The fact that his belief was so strong, and he knew that he couldn't get away with anything. So yeah,
How was he a worry wart? Did he worry a lot?
that's the amazing thing. My mom had enough worry for 5 people. And so that's how I became a worrywart. It's through my mom. My dad never seemed to worry about anything. And that's the incredible thing, because he didn't have much. He worked his butt off, but he didn't worry. He just left it to God.
If something didn't go right for him, how would he handle that?
And I saw some bad things happen to him, but he knew that being honest and being open, things will work out. It'll always work out. It'll, um, be steadfast, and it'll work out. He lived his life like that.
Well, it sounds very refreshing to, be able to go about your daily routine and communicate with others and interact with others and know that you're doing your best to do right. And if it doesn't work out that way for you, if something, if you're surprised by the response or the result, that you can say, look, I was honest about it. I did my best. It came from a good place. And I mean, that sounds awfully refreshing, right? To be able to live that way, but it doesn't feel like we can or do live that way currently.
That's a very good point, Andy. And I totally wish that people could take that to heart, because you did your best. What else can you do? Why worry about it? You did your best and keep on plugging and it'll all work out.
I wonder if we feel like we're being judged, if we feel like we're being watched, if what are the long-term implications of that? Can we really get back to a place where we sort of live a long, healthy life because we're not totally stressed out for reasons that are out of our control? Because it seemed to be simpler back then. Well, of course, social media and all these other devices that keep us connected mean that we're also judged constantly by our actions and our words. So there was some sort of separation in the past, so you felt like you could get away from all that. I just wonder where this all ends.
Yeah, it's a very good point, and I don't think it's going to end in a very good spot unless we all, and I mean all of us, change and do things differently and don't judge, don't be judgmental. I wish, but it's human nature. Unfortunately, I believe it's human nature. We do it every day, and we don't even know it sometimes that we're judging somebody.
Well, that 7 minutes flew by, Dad, and this is
Okay,
obviously
yeah.
is a topic I enjoy greatly. So thank you so much for really thinking through this with me, and it's just wonderful to have this chat, Dad. So thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
I love you, buddy, and
Love you, Dad.
thanks for all of this. This is fantastic fun.